morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's just say 85% compatibility with someone. That's fucking take it.
Look when he was VP to now. You look when he was VP to now. You look when he was VP.
Mockler is, Harry Littman is, Boston Bryan is, etc. Hey, I thought I had seen the Blue Angels somewhere. Not at George, but I thought it's... I just come running when someone says the word cookie. Here I am. Well, thank you, Nick Rich, for being here. I do appreciate you so much for always...
J.D. Vance.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's quite weird.
What was weird was him joking about racism.
Any of that drama. I haven't watched any of it since Tuesday. So the last thing I...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
All right. The mic is on. The AC shut off. I'm brushing my crumbs off. You guys caught me once again eating. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Looks like Nick Rich 56 may have been the first one today in the old chat room. Let's see here. I'm just sending out some notifications real quick like. But hey, welcome everybody. Here it is. It's 9:10, so not too bad, I guess. And it is August 6th, 2024. We've already reached a temperature of 97 degrees here in good old Nevada, good old Las Vegas. And we're supposed to get a high, I think, of 114 today. It's very hot, but the good news is it's supposed to be sort of tapering down a little bit over the next few days. So we'll see. All we got to do is get through August, and then we'll start getting cooler again. So, all right, everybody. So I guess the big news of this morning that I woke up to is Tim Walz. Tim Walz is our guy, which I think is a great pick. Now, I think on the last show, I think I was talking about Shapiro. I thought it was going to be Shapiro. But Tim Walz was definitely in my, I think, top 4, right? I was between Walz, Shapiro, Bashir, and Kelly. That's who it was. That's really how I think it came down to those top 4. And like I said then, and like I say now, is that I don't think that she could have gone wrong with any of those picks. I think they were all really good a selection there to choose from. So, what do you guys think of Tim Walz? Are you happy? Are you sad? Let's not be sad. Let's move on. And I think everyone's probably going to be pretty on board with Tim Walz. I think there should be very few naysayers. You know what I mean? But yeah, just saying hi real quick because Nick Rich was first in the chat today. William is right there. Good to see William. Michael McAndrews is here. Good to see Michael always. Jolie, hey Jolie, thanks for being here. My mod, my number 1 mod, my only mod, but still number 1. Fancy, never fear, Fancy's here. Good to see Fancy. Tim Nelson, one of our Tims, is here. We'll see if the other Tim shows up. Cian from the Netherlands is here. I was thinking of you when the other day, I haven't been able to watch too much of the Olympics, but the other day I was watching, was it the 100-meter sprint? And we had Jakari Richardson as the American, the big favorite. And I believe it was the gal from the Netherlands that beat her. Or no, was that the relay? That was the relay, wasn't it? Oh yeah, that was the relay race. And that I think, I don't know, maybe I'm getting my races mixed up. But there was a gal from the Netherlands who won, and I thought, first thing I thought it was Cian. So anyhow, you guys can correct me, and because I know I'm getting some the races mixed up, I think. And by races I mean track events, running events, at the Olympics. All right, Roxanne Arfield's here. Good to see Roxanne. Jackie is here. It's good to see Jackie in the old Truckers Lounge. Let's see. We got folks still coming in and saying hello to everybody. Hey, Kim Chi is here. Always good to see Kim Chi. Thanks for being here, Kim Chi. Let's see who else is over here in the driver's lounge. Who we got? Who we got in here? Chad Bostic is here. Good to see Chad. Thanks for coming by, Chad. Always good to see some folks that might be more on the other side. As long as you keep it as civil as possible. We'll try to be civil back to you as much as possible. But thanks for being here. Good to see you. Well, now all we need is Mike H and Wes to show up, and we'll have a whole driver's lounge full of the other side. Although Wes, I don't know, he's kind of all over the place. Let's see. Nick Rich says, now the campaign can really explode. Yeah, now we got our VP pick, and we can just go into the home stretch. The home stretch here. Hey, Keith Polit's here. Keith, thanks for being here, Keith. Good to see you. Keith, here's what Keith says in the chat. Tim Walz is an awesome selection. Good things come from Minnesota. Tim Walz and Mystery Science Theater. And Al Franken. And my dad. And my whole dad's side of my family. By the way. all came from Minnesota. They all migrated to California eventually, but probably my two favorite states, Minnesota and California. There you go. Let's see. Michael McAndrews says, I saw a video of Waltz and he is okay. So Michael's is sounds a little lukewarm there on him. Fancy says, I don't know him, but I trust Kamala. I never heard of the guy until, the last few weeks when they've been talking about these picks. And from everything I've seen, like his appearances on TV have been spot on. The clips they've shown have been spot on, and I don't think I've heard of anything really come up about his past or anything like that. So that probably played a big part in the pick too. There's no, hopefully, or no skeletons in his closet, Hey, Carrie C is here. Carrie says, was leaning toward Shapiro because I'm from PA, but Walls seems pretty good. Yeah, I think so. I think he's good. Chad says, do you guys think Kamala should start doing interviews or should she avoid them? She'll do interviews. She's unafraid. She ain't afraid. She ain't afraid of no interviews. Just wait till the DNC's over and she hits the road with her VP there, and we're going to be seeing her all over the place. Oh my God, McAndrews says, I actually think Kamala made a smart choice. Nick Chris says, I'm going to be having a great day today. That's the spirit, Nick. By golly. Sia says, Walls is more than okay. The right pick in all things going great for him. He is going to blow their minds off. So watch out for brain matter. Michael McGregor says, I think Kamala should avoid interviews. Interesting. I don't think she's going. She'll do some interviews. I think. I don't know. Cian says, yes, a party in the house. We got a party in the house. Woo! I don't know. Joel trifecta. Nick says, Wes has been calm lately. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. Kim, she says, Wes is and always has been a rebuke. You can't trust that, Pab. All right, Kimchi. All right. Settle down. Michael McAndrews says, Chad, I think the interviews can be misleading and used by bad people to cut and twist. That's true. I mean, they can edit stuff out and make people look however they want to make them look, I guess. Chad says, my opinion is that the Democrats are going to start getting nervous if Kamala starts doing unscripted interviews. That's where her being out of touch shines bright. Out of touch. How is she out of touch? I gotta get my hat down here so you can see that I'm wearing a Bruce Springsteen hat. No. Okay, well, I don't think she's out of touch. Fancy says Wes is okay. Cian says, no need for Harris to go to talk with 3-year-old. Everything on the right time and you're resolving. Do not panic, peeps. Fancy says she is going to do a debate. That's enough. Okay, yeah, she's gonna show up at the ABC debate. As far as I know, that's the last thing I heard, with or without Trump. And that's gonna force Trump's hand. I don't think she should go to Fox News like he wants. The company that was, they were fined $700 and something million because of lying for Trump. And he expects her to go over there into that lion's den. No, thank you. They already have a thing all set up with ABC on September 10th. I say, Trump, if you have any kind of huevos, then you'll be there. Nick Rich says, one DUI in Walls Pass has been spread around late. Oh, he had a DUI. Okay. I'm sure the right will make as much out of that as they can. But we can work around that, you know. Kimchi says, Chad, out of touch. Let me ask, maybe you are out of touch. Yeah, there you go. Maybe. Michael Maker's, by golly, we can do it. Good to see you, Carrie, says Fancy. Chad says, maybe I am Kimchi, but there is a reason she hasn't done a real interview yet, just saying. Well, maybe it has to do a lot with, was it Nick Rich or whoever was talking about the editing part of it? Like, there is that fear of being mis-edited, I guess it is what it is. And Kimchi says, John, I have told you lately how proud I am of you. Oh, have I told you? You took to live broadcasting like a duck takes to water. Well, thank you very much, Kimchi. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. And it's always good to have you here. And thanks for being in the chat. So you guys make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We got 26 watch and 24 thumbs ups. So someone has not hit that thumb up button. I'm looking at you, Chad. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, hit that like, subscribe, and share. Share the show. We were up over 2010, the last I looked, subscribers. So thank you guys so much. It's really cool having 2,000, seeing 2K next to my name. I got 2K over there. And it's all because of you guys, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I wouldn't have 2K if it wasn't for you guys. If it wasn't for the 26 watching right now, I would be at 1,970 or something. 1995 or something like that. No, but you guys, you hit that like button, you subscribe, you share, and that helps a lot. That helps a lot. It helps the show grow and get bigger and stronger. Michael McAndrews, I can rest easier now because of the pick, the VP pick. That's one less thing now we got to worry about. Now we're just, like I say, this is the home stretch. We're coming into the home stretch here. We're at, what are we at? Just barely 90 days, a little 92 days or something. I forget the count. But we're at the home stretch. This is what it all comes down to. For pretty much the rest of the country. I know that you and me and most of us in here, we eat and breathe this shit every day, right? We've been doing it every day for years, right? Years and years and years. And so it's hard to believe probably that there are people, that the mass majority, overwhelming majority of registered voters are just now kind of getting into the campaign. And that's why, that's one of the reasons why, like when I see the polls, I know we have mixed emotions about polls and everything else like that. But like for me, I'll just speak for myself, I guess. I'll speak for myself, if you don't mind. When I see a poll where Trump was leading Biden, let's say by a point or two or three, or even more than that sometimes, and now we see Kamala has kind of reversed that, or she's taken the lead by a point or two in the national poll, right? And still, I see that number. I see Donald Trump has like 46% to Kamala's 47%. But I see that, and I go, why does Trump even have 1%? Let alone 46%. I mean, it is a little mind-boggling, a little baffling. I mean, here you have this 34-time convicted felon, rapist, and on top of that, he's a traitor. Stealing top government secrets. He stole them and gave them or sold them to God knows who, right? Why in the fuck does he have even 46% support? I can see maybe 3% or 5%. You know, there's always the loonies out there. But the fact of the matter is most people don't even watch or listen or read about any of this shit. They barely know anything. They barely see a headline maybe. or maybe a quick something in the news. And if they just watch like regular news, like the regular local news, then they don't get nothing. I mean, it's barely a mention of anything. So I guess I answered my own question, but I'm still baffled. I'm still baffled by it. You know? I mean, it is baffling. But anyhow, it's Walls. As Stephanie Miller was saying, I woke up this morning, and that's how I learned about the Walls was the pick, and she was trying to come up with, balls of the walls or something like that. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Let's see. I just switched over to my other channel here. Let me skip back a little bit. Okay, I already read these. I'm just saying, hey, Paul Sharky Mannion's here. That's why I went back. I didn't want to make sure I didn't skip anybody. So we got Paul Sharky Mannion, our English cowboy. And here's what Paul says. He says, howdy, TJ and truckers. I don't know much about the new VP, but I'm angry about Elon Musk's comments about the UK on the brink of civil war. What the fuck does he know about it? This is the first time hearing of it. But Elon Musk, I don't like him. I love his cars, but I don't like him. And I have deactivated my X account. And if anyone is still on X, formerly known as Twitter, I suggest you all deactivate. He does not deserve that. Now I know I'm a hypocrite because I drive the car. But I am only renting. I haven't bought one, but I do want to buy one because I love the Model 3. I really, really do. I really love that car. I think it's a great car. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's a great car, man. I drive it every fucking day. I know what I speak. A lot of people have never even seen a Tesla and they will talk shit about it. Only because they hate Elon Musk, which is fine. You can hate Elon Musk all you want. I hate the motherfucker. But anyhow, I shouldn't go off on that tangent. It's either that or bottled water. Those are my two things I should probably never talk about. Chad Bostic says the fear isn't misediting. The fear is just like Biden's age. It wasn't a problem till it couldn't be hidden. Dims want to hide Kamala word salads like, hey, fuck you, Chad, fuck off. Don't come at me with word salad when your guy, when Donald Trump is fucking Mr. Word Salad extraordinaire. That motherfucker can't say one sentence without tripping over himself. That's just more projection from your side, Chad. That's all projection about the so-called word salad. Fuck you. Donald Trump cannot say one sentence without tripping over his words. He contradicts himself from one end of the sentence to the other end of the sentence. You guys are fucking ridiculous. That's what's ridiculous about you motherfuckers on the right. You're such front-running phonies. You're such liars and you're hypocrites. It's all about projection with you. You try to put on to Biden and now to Kamala Harris the things that are wrong with Trump. Trump is the one who is old, and Trump is the one who can't fucking talk. Oh, by the way, Trump is the one who shits his pants daily. Because he's been snorting Adderall for the last 40 years like a fucking motherfucker, and he's destroyed his body. He doesn't shit his pants because of old age. He shits his pants because he's an idiot. He brought that health problem on himself Because he's a fucking idiot with his fucking snorting Adderall. Like it's going out of style. CN says, I guess Hal will be on later. Maybe TJ forgot, and we'll start later too. Today's Tuesday. Hal Sparks does not do morning shows. I know you're in the Netherlands, so a big time difference. He only does afternoon shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's why I do the morning shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. See how that works? So he'll be coming on later this afternoon, but I think a little bit later than usual. Usually he comes on at 3 p.m. Pacific time, but he said it might be more like 4 p.m. today because he's got traveling and I think stuff that he's doing. Okay, so Fancy says Hal said he'll be late today. Yeah, for the afternoon, but there is no morning show. Nick Rich says the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Albert Einstein. That's a pretty funny quote. I mean, I'm sure he's being serious, but I think also being funny at the same time. I think Einstein had a bit of a sense of humor. Michael McAndrews, I don't cater to the Nazi games. Me either. Michael says Kamala will make a great president. I think so too. Let's see. Williams says, of course, Trump is saying the polls are rigged. Yeah, it's like it's rigged unless they have me winning. That would be his attitude. Walter Bakarovich. Hey, Walter. Good to see Walter over here in the driver's lounge. Walter says, here's the chat from Walter, says, good morning, Trucker John, and to all in the lounge. Do you believe a person running for president would ever congratulate Putin on bringing our hostage home? Treason Trump. Yeah, Trump is Putin's puppet. Clearly, Putin's puppet. Michael McAndrews, rapist traitor versus USA. Oh, blame the keyboard, Michael. Kimchi says, because he is outspokenly racist and they want to emulate that. CN says, Paul Sharkey, Mannion, hi there. Yes, someone needs to tell him the truth about what and who he is going down with the MAGA ship. The Mega MAGA ship? And why are you still on the shitter? I can't believe that. Yeah, I finally deactivated my account like a month ago. Get off of that. Get off that and get off TikTok. I deactivated my TikTok account months and months ago. Keith Belit says, I just heard that Tim Walz was described as a more refined version of John Fetterman. DNC is going to be lit. Yeah, and talk about contrasts between the RNC snooze fest and literally where Trump was falling asleep and people were falling asleep listening to his bullshit. I mean, to probably being a really, the DNC, I'm looking forward to it. It's probably going to be, raising the roof. Okay, whatever. I shouldn't do that. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. Deborah Murphy's here. Good to see Deborah. Party, 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 party. Anyhow, Fancy says I left Twitter a long time ago. A long time ago. Nick Rich says, would John drive or buy a Cybertruck? Well, first of all, I would never buy one. Number one, because it's $100,000 and I don't have $100,000. Number two, I would like to drive one. I would like to drive one just to check it out. But I wouldn't buy one. And then, and even if I had the money, I'm not sure if I'd buy one. I'm still up and down about it. I like the more traditional looking vehicles, I guess. And of course, there are all kinds of reports of people saying that they have problems with them. And probably like anything that when it first comes out, like back when the Prius hybrid, Toyota Prius first came out back in like 2001 or 2002, I think it was, we bought a brand new Prius, first year. And it was a great car. We loved the car, but it did have problems. It did have problems where fortunately it was most of it was all covered on warranty, but we had problems where the battery pack would just die. And they had to replace the battery pack, I think, twice. And that was that very first year that it came out. And people always say you should always wait like at least 2 or 3 years or 4 years or a few years when something first comes out, especially a car, a new product like a new car line or a new car, I guess. And yeah, and you know what? We didn't sour on the hybrid or on the Prius. Our family has been buying Priuses ever since. My kids, everybody. So even I bought one last year, but another one. But and it's kind of like like the Tesla Cybertruck. Maybe in 3 or 4 years it'll be, all the bugs will be hammered out, and maybe it'd be a good buy. But it's proving, I think, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos with a lot of problems people are having with them. So, but I do think it's an interesting truck, and but the Model 3 has been around now for about, I think, 6 or 7 years. The ones that I've been driving are all late models, and I haven't had any problems with them. I love the car. I think the Model Ys are the same. Even the Model S, of course, has been around even longer, over 10 years now. So the cars are getting better and better and better. The builds are getting better. They're ironing out the bugs. But for the Cybertruck, I would like to drive one, just to check it out. Fancy says, Trucker John, get a bumper sticker that says, I hate Elon Musk. That will fix it. Yeah, there you go. I hate Musk, but I love Tesla. Or something like that. Hate Musk, love Tesla. I don't know. Let's see. Kipche says, I love Home Depot's prices, but will not give them one damn dime to give to the fascists. Yeah, their CEO is a big, I guess, Trumper, right? A big MAGA, a big maggot. Walter McCarravich says, hi, Mike. I can't take J.D. Vance either. He collects Nazi memorabilia. Wouldn't you know it? Chad Bostic says, pull up what she said off script and after the hostage is released and make sense of what she said. I dare you. And do you think that's going to change my mind? Chad, honestly, even if I go and pull up this fucking thing, do you really think that's going to change my mind? I'm going to go like, oh my God, I should vote for Trump. I should vote for the racist. I should vote for the rapist, racist traitor. Because Kamala maybe said something not in best word order to Chad's liking. Did you see how stupid you sound, Chad? Because you want me to dig up something that maybe she misspoke, or maybe it didn't come out exactly right, and somehow that you're going to equate that with voting for a rapist, traitor, and a racist in Donald Trump? Really? You put those on the same plane? Somehow you think there's some sort of equivalency there? That's really what you think? I do appreciate giving me the insight, though, of how a maggot thinks. I do appreciate that. That you think that maybe misspeaking a little bit or whatever somehow is equal with being a rapist and a racist and a traitor, a felon. Somehow you think those are equal. Once again, fuck off. Cian says, okay, I see he will start later, but the timing is not in favor for me, so I will say adios amigas. Have a nice chat, but working is waiting for me. Bye-bye. Hey, Cian, I understand. We have big time differences. You might be gone already, so because this is a while in the chat. But thanks for being here, Cian, and we'll see you on the next one. It's always good to have you for whatever amount of time we can have you. It's always good. So hopefully we'll see you again. Nick Rich says, Don Old is a total cranial vacuum. Hey, Diane Capobianco is here. Good to see Diane. Says, Diane says Trump is a garbage can filled with word salads, and since the salad is in the garbage can, it's not really edible because it's gross. It's all dirty and moldy, probably. Okay, so Chad's going all caps again. He's saying to check out these remarks. When the Russian release, tell me this makes sense. Look, I've already told you, it doesn't equate. It doesn't equate. Okay? I mean, I don't even know what you said. I don't know what you're talking about. But whatever it is, it doesn't. I'll take the some sort of misspeaking. I'll take that over your guy. Like I said, who is an adjudicated rapist, a convicted felon 34 times. Okay, those are convictions. Okay, so you can't say fake news and fake this and fake that. Those are real things that he's been convicted of. Okay? He's also an unindicted conspirator or an unindicted indicter person in a whole bunch of cases. And he's got a bunch of cases coming up. And he might be in fucking prison or jail or something before the election even goes on. So that does not equate with because she may have said some words not to your liking. Maybe she jumbled a couple words up or something. How do you get there, Chad? How do you fucking get there? It's not even close, my friend. It's not even fucking close. Michael McGadder says, did you see that video of Dumpy Stump cheating at golf? What a moron he is. He is a moron. Fancy says, do more shows, Trucker John. A Trucker John. A Trucker John. A Trucker John. Trucker John. I've been thinking about it. Kimchi says, oh, sweetie, dear Chad, you played yourself. Hey, Teresa T.A.K. is in the lounge. Good to see Teresa. Hello. Hello. I don't know. I know you're not from England, but I'm just a little bit of an English accent I'm doing, I guess. Paul Sharkey Mannion might disagree. Anyhow, Roxanne says, careful, Chad. Trump congratulated Putin for hostage release, you phony. Yeah. How do you compare? You can't compare all the fucking stupid ass bullshit that Trump does. And then, because, like I said, I don't even know what the speech was or the Kamala made. I don't know how you do that. Chad says, did you watch her comments, Kimchi, after the hostages were released? Can you help me make it make sense? I don't know. I didn't watch it. And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about it, to tell the truth. I don't give a fuck. I have no fucks to give. The main thing is that we don't let the fucking adjudicated rapist, 34 count convicted felon, anywhere near the levers of power. That's the fucking thing, okay, dude? Keep your eye, focus. I know it's hard for you, but focus. Dick Rich, I don't regret turning Bostic green. Dick Rich, hey, there you go. Dick Rich with another gifted membership. And Tamara Price got it. So thank you, Dick. That's pretty awesome of you. That helps the show, and it helps, I think, other people. So thanks so much. Kimchi says, Chad, did she say we ran the ramparts and took over the airports in the revolution? F off until she says anything remotely fucking stupid. Yeah, Chad, what about that? What about stupid shit when Trump says stupid shit like there were airports during the fucking Revolutionary War? What about that shit, Chad? You don't seem to care about that, do you? Paul Sharkey Mannion says that Elon said on social media last night that it's inevitable that the UK will have a civil war because of the far right attacking hotels where immigrants are staying up and down the country. Thumbs down. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty stupid thing. I understand there's some civil unrest going on, and there's some horrible things going on with some of these attacks or whatever, but that doesn't mean there's going to be a civil fucking war. You know, I mean, these things happen, and they get taken care of. They get dealt with. Hey, Fancy is gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Fancy, for doing that. I do appreciate it. And Billy Kid 73 has been gifted a membership. Good old Billy Kid. Now, just so you guys know, a lot of times we think, oh, that means that Billy Kid's lurking. Actually, not. Doesn't mean that, because sometimes I get gifted memberships from just other. I guess I subscribe to these other channels, but I'm not a member of them, and I haven't watched it in a while. And all of a sudden, I'll get an email or Gmail, saying that I got gifted a membership, and even though I wasn't watching, so we don't know if Billy Kid is lurking or not, but they will get a notice, and maybe Billy Kid will pop in. So that's one of the great things about gifting memberships, as if maybe a person hasn't watched in a while, and then they'll see that they got gifted a membership, and then they'll pop in. So that'd be nice. That'd be nice. See old Billy. Let's see. Teresa saying hello to lots of folks. Michael McAndrews says we must have 10-yard poles instead of all boots to make sure sharks don't eat our batteries. Yeah. Hey, Jupiter Judy. He's in the driver's lounge. Good to see Jupiter Judy. Haven't seen JJ in a while. Says, hey kids, well, I have a few stories for you about NYC. I guess that's New York City. Oh, Steph's show, and then a Trump supporter next to me on the flight home. What fun have you ever noticed how pinhole pupils are on all Trumpers? Wow. I didn't notice that, but yeah, please do tell, Jupiter Judy. I'd love to hear some stories from Steph's Sexy Liberal tour and all that stuff. That would be great. That would be great. William says, I've never been on Twitter. Keep it that way. Kimchi, that truck is trash. Please, Kimchi, don't make me go down that tangent. MJ Avenue says Ford makes 4 different models of an all-electric F-150. I would not mind having one of those. Yeah, and they look sharp. They've got problems too, as far as I think things that, in general, that EVs have, as far as having any type of payload. The range really goes down. If you're pulling a boat or a trailer in one of those, the range really goes down, and that's one of the sticking points, probably, of the getting an EV truck right now. The cars, I think, they're doing pretty good with as far as range and all that kind of stuff. They're good. They can handle that pretty good. But the trucks, if you want to use it like a regular, good old gas-powered or diesel-powered truck, it's not quite there yet. Once they can figure that out, get better batteries, or improved range under a load, under a payload, that will be a little bit of a game changer for the trucks. But I do think the Ford Lightnings look really good. I mean, it looks like an F-150 basically, which I think is a great thing, because I think it's a good looking truck. So yeah, I like those trucks, but they need to get the range improved under a payload. Keith Polite says, loved my one experience with a Tesla. Should I buy one, rent one, or wait for what's coming? I'm not gonna tell you, because I know it's very controversial, anything to do with Tesla, because of Elon Musk. And a lot of people are saying don't buy them, don't support Elon Musk. And I will tell you, yeah, there are lots of great other cars, EVs that are out there. I just don't have that much experience with them, so I can't say one way or the other. I do have experience with Tesla Model 3. I've been driving it for over a year and a half now. And like I say, I love the car. I think it's a great car. I can't say enough about that car. But if you want to get a Tesla, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with a Model 3 or a Model Y. They're competitively priced. They've got there's good tax credits on them. And they do have a pretty good warranty. It's a 100,000 mile. It's 8 year, 100,000 mile on the battery. That's pretty good. So, I mean, I guess there's one way. If you did rent one, and you could drive it around. That's kind of a good way of getting. I mean, it's kind of costly, to rent one, but you could. This is like an extended. It's like a really extended test drive, So, Another thing about Tesla, it's non-union. We like to support unions, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of issues with Tesla, but like I say, I love the Tesla Model 3, and I did test drive a Tesla Model Y, and I really love the Model Y, and I would love to get a Model Y. If I had the money or the credit right now, I would get a Model Y right now, today. Even though Elon Musk is a dirtbag. And I know I am a hypocrite. I know that makes me a huge, huge hypocrite. But every now and then you got to say, in the words of Tom Cruise or whoever, what the fuck? Or whatever. Every now and then you got to give yourself a little bit of, give yourself one thing here or there, I think. You know what I mean? Anyhow, we'll see. Michael McAndrews says, depends, Keith. I have a Ram and I pulled a 21-foot camper. I don't know if Electra will work on that yet. Yeah, that's the thing, like I was just talking about. With the EV trucks, when they pull trailers, the range goes way, way down. And so if your normal trip going up to your camping spot, you could probably do that. I don't know how far it is, but you might do that on one tank of fuel or whatever. And if you were in an EV pulling your trailer, you might stop. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the miles you're going to, but you might be making 2 or 3 or 4 stops just to charge. And that, I know, could be a deal breaker for a lot of people. But like I said, the technology, I mean, it's still pretty much in its infancy. It's going to improve. So I think EV trucks, if you want to pull trailers, I almost lost my voice, and have any type of a payload, I think we might be 3, 4, 5 years away from EV trucks being a really viable option for a lot of people. Hey, here's Paul Sharkey Man again. It says, the fact of the matter is there are far too many good people in this country that reject this hatred and xenophobia. All the local people are working together to clean up the mess. And that's what it takes. People working together and realizing that, it's a problem, but we're going to deal with it. It's not going to be a goddamn civil war, Chad Bostic says, hate Trump, love it. You love his policies. Okay, so what policy do you love? Could you tell me, can you give me one policy that you love about Trump's? And how does that overcome the fact that he's a fucking felon, rapist, racist traitor? I mean, I guess you like lowering taxes on billionaires, because that's about all he did, or taking away some EPA regulations, because that's about all. Those are about the only 2 things he did. And I guess you like running up huge debts, because he did that too. MJ Daniel, all of the major car manufacturers are making EVs now. There is going to be a lot of good competition for Tesla very soon. There is a lot of good competition. But I just don't talk about them as much because I've never driven them. But I can. The reason I talk about Model 3 so much, Tesla, is because I've been driving it every single day for over a year and a half now. And I'm very familiar with that car and how it works. I did test drive, or not test drive, I did rent a Polestar 2 for, it was 2 weeks. And I came away not liking that car at all. Not that it's a bad car. I even said during, at that time when I was talking about it, that it was a good, well-made car. But compared to the Tesla, didn't even compare. And I went right back to the Tesla. So that's really my only experience of, a different model. But right now, what I see the problem. Hey, Jim Adelberg, thank you so much. We got a super chat from Jim Adelberg for $2. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Always appreciated, but never required. I think someone I stole that little saying from another YouTuber. But thank you so much. I do appreciate it. All of your support, and whatever way you can do it, liking, subscribing, and sharing. Those are the free ones, and really important. Super chats, memberships, all that kind of stuff. It all helps the show. Helps us grow and grow and grow. Now, what was I talking about? I was talking about EVs. The one thing I've been noticing watching YouTube videos about EVs, the biggest problem seems to be the charging station infrastructure for people who want to. If you're not just charging at home and you need to charge on the road, that's the biggest issue. That and range, and especially range under a load, like I was talking about, like a truck. But that's the biggest thing is the infrastructure. We need to have it where there are charging stations on every corner, just like there are gas stations on almost every corner right now. That's where we need chargers to be, like on every corner. And one of the things that the manufacturers are I guess kind of counting on is that people will just charge at home, but not everyone can charge at home. Like me, I live in an apartment. So until these apartments start putting in chargers in their parking lots, I got to charge down the street, which works out good for me because I Uber, and then after I'm done Ubering, I just go charge up. But not everyone has the ability to get a home charger put into their home. And if you're doing a road trip of any sort, even like I don't know if you would call a road trip for me going from here to Southern California, 200 miles, like that's not necessarily a big giant road trip, but still I need to charge up. I need to have and fortunately between here and there is a pretty good charging network of Tesla superchargers. And Tesla, they've done the best job with putting in their superchargers all over the country, all over the world. But they even they are need to put more in, and the Tesla superchargers have been really reliable. I very rarely did you see one broken, and if one does break down, they get it fixed really quick. When I had that Polestar 2, it seems like every time I would go to try to find a place to charge that, half the time the chargers weren't working, or there was something wrong with it. It was really slow, much slower than a Tesla supercharger. I mean, it was like 2 or 3 times slower, and that's just not acceptable. So I think, like I say, we're still in the sort of infancy. Maybe we might be in the terrible 2A part of this EV stuff. But we're still early in it, and it should be getting, it should be continuing to improve and get better. Hey, Marcus Mills is here. Marcus says, stopping by to see what's going on today. I guess, is that like thinking? And then Blue Heart for Vote Blue. And peace for peace. But hey, Marcus, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in the old driver's lounge. Kimchi says Trump is also a pedo rapist. Maria is still missing. Yeah. Now, refresh my memory. I think, is Maria the one that came out with a story, and she's older now. Like she's of course, because this has been some years ago. And then I think she was getting so many death threats. I don't know if she's missing or she's gone into hiding, or am I thinking of a different girl? Because I remember a few years ago there was a young lady who she was being represented by, I think, Gloria Allred, and I think they had filed or were going to file a suit against Trump, but the girl got so scared because she was getting so many death threats, they didn't go through with it, and then she ended up just, I guess, hiding out because of these fucking crazy maggots that will defend this fucking pedophile rapist, as Kimchi so aptly describes it. So yeah, so the Chad Bosticks of the world expect us to somehow vote for that motherfucker because maybe Kamala said mixes up some words or something. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. And of course they'll justify it by saying, oh, it's rigged, it's a rigged court, kangaroo court, these are just false allegations and all this kind of shit. Search your heart, Chad. You know deep down in your heart that Donald Trump is a fucking dirtbag, scumbag. You know it. Michael McAndrew says, I would love to sit and have a drink with you, Roxanne, although I can't really drink anymore. Fancy says, it's Taco Tuesday. I'm going to Ramona's. Yoo-hoo. Well, then I might go over to Casa del Sabor. How do you like that? How do you like them apples? Let's see. Deborah Murphy. Chad blocked off my page. Goodbye. Oh, you blocked him off your page, I think. MJ Daniel. And just what the fuck did the DJT administration accomplish for the average American, even with a full majority? Nothing. Only tax cuts for the uber wealthy who spent it on themselves. Yep, that's it. That's it, man. Pamela says, did any of you watch Against All Enemies last night? Scary shit for sure. I did not, Pamela, watch that. Let me know where that's at and where I can watch it, and I'll try to remember to check it out. Here's Chad. Chad says, now I'm a bit behind. This may have been written 10 or 15 minutes ago, but anyhow, Chad says, just because you decided to say fuck you, I will in kind say fuck you back and look forward to seeing which of us is eating a shit sandwich in November. Good luck over her in Hopium Land. Yeah, you're not listening, Chad. You are not listening. I mean, you won't address the fact that your guy is a pedo rape. I like that, adding the pedo part. A pedo rapist, traitor, convicted felon. You won't address that, will you? You just will not address that. Because then you might have to actually wonder why you're supporting the guy. Paul Strike Manning says, of all face and those who of no face working together, this is all orchestrated by that weasel Nigel Farage and a creep called Tommy Robinson and other social media wankers stirring up trouble. Yeah, it's just like here we've got instigators and, we've got the maggots stirring up their shit. So we got to just combat them with the truth. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Jolie says, yes, gifted memberships are a great way to get people back in the chat. Get back in the chat. Stat. I think Kamala Harris is going to wipe the floor with Donald Trump come November. Hey, Mr. Spock is here. Live long and prosper. To Mr. Spock, says everyone, I just got 4 adult quails, 2 male and 2 female. Mr. Spock, I'm going to start calling you the Birdman. Not of Alcatraz, because you're not in Alcatraz, but just the Birdman. Let's call you the Birdman. I could call you a Fowler, but I guess, I don't know, are quails foul? I think quails might be a fowl. Anyhow, whatever. You know what I mean. Fancy wants to name one of your birds, apparently. Mr. Spock. Jim Adelberg says, do new Teslas all come with a Trump wrap? Did you see that video? Yeah, that, hey Jim, by the way, hi. Thanks for being here. I was watching the video, yeah, of that Hal was playing yesterday with the weirdo maggot kid who apparently gave Donald Trump a Cybertruck with a wrap of Trump when he was, doing the fist thing after he almost got his head blown off. Must be nice though to have enough money to just give someone a fucking truck, $100,000 truck. Must be nice. Paul Schragemanian says, I'm afraid this far right rioting is probably going to happen in America when Trump is defeated in November. So you will have to be prepared. Oh, we're going to be prepared. We will be prepared. And I'm really not worried about it. Like I said, I've said before, the scary thing is there could be some little pockets here and there of some deranged maggots doing something. And that's scary because you just never know. Like some people could get hurt. Some people could get killed. But in the overall scheme of things, it's not going to amount to a fucking hill of beans. They will be dealt with very, very severely and very rapidly, I believe. If you know what I mean. Fancy says, once again, I have been on Top Chat for 47 minutes. So if I missed anyone, I apologize. It happens. It happens. It's happened to me sometimes. So, Fancy says they can come to Los Angeles if they want to, Paul. It won't end well. Yeah, like I said, that'll be put down. Whatever little things the maggots try to do, it'll be put down. I think. Maybe I'm being overly confident. I don't know. But Nick Rich says, I love my e-bike. Nick Rich, I've been thinking about getting an e-bike. Because I see them all over town. People have them all over. And I was thinking about getting one. And I would like to get one. And Michael says, I have 3 e-bikes. They are nice. Yeah, I think I would like to get one. Because they just look fun. Fancy says, I'd like to try an e-bike. It seems a little dangerous like a motorcycle. I saw a lady on an e-bike a couple days ago, I guess, wearing a helmet. Because I was wondering, because most people don't wear helmets. And I was wondering, because I don't know if the helmet laws in Nevada, I know California has helmet laws for bicycles and motorcycles. And in Nevada, I don't know if they have helmet laws. I really don't know. For motorcycles and bikes. But I see people riding these e-bikes all over the place with no helmet. So I'm assuming there's no helmet law. But I saw this lady on an e-bike a couple days ago with a full-on motorcycle helmet, not like a bike helmet, but a full mask. And I just thought, well, I'm just like, hey, she's not taking any chances on that thing. But yeah, they go like Michael says, 20 miles an hour. I mean, I've seen some rated higher. I guess there is a threshold. I think anything over 28 miles an hour, and I might be wrong on this. But then it makes the classification a little bit different, where it might not be considered a bike over 28 miles an hour. It might be considered more of a scooter or a motorcycle or something. Partial Manian says, hey, have you seen Trump being interviewed by a young MAGA-ized idiot last night? He was given a Rolex and an electric car. You couldn't make it up. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, he gave The dude gave Trump a Rolex and a Cybertruck. What the fuck was that all about? Talk about, I don't know. Is that what he had to do to get Trump to show up? You know? Michael McAndrew says, my legs are bad and I have 3 stints in them. I need the e-bike to keep up with my wife. Yeah, I would like to get one myself. Nick Rich, you drive a bit quick yourself. Fancy, an e-bike would be tame for you. Keith Belief says, driving an EV to be an Uber driver is an interesting gig. Do you rent specifically for that? Yeah. Yeah. Keith, yeah. Pamela says, Paul Giovanni, I saw that. It was sick. MJ Daniel says, if I were running one of the big gas companies, I would be adding EV charging. It is only sound business. Once the toothpaste is out of the tube, there is no going back. EV tech will catch gas fast. I thought that's a good idea, MJ. And I've kind of thought of that too. That they should, it doesn't take much to put up some chargers along the side of the building or whatever. And that way, because I think most of these gas stations, I think they make most of their money on the convenience stores that they have. That's probably where they make more of their money than I've always heard that they don't make much money off the gas. Very little markup, I guess. But they make most of their money on their convenience stores and stuff like that. So that would just bring more people into their convenience stores. So. Roxanne says, yes, Paul, Striking Man in House Park showed the interview. Kind of made me sick. I know everything that about Trump makes me sick. Kimchi says, Maria was raped with the other girl, but she disappeared forever. Oh my God, so she's probably dead. He probably fucking killed her, or had her killed. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't fucking doubt it, man. So Michael said, watching Dumpy is like watching Charles Manson to me. And then William says, Michael, I have more respect for Manson. That's funny. Fancy says, look at all the stuff we know about Trump. Imagine what we don't know. These trials are going to expose so much more. Michael McAndrews says, John, have you seen any Alien Super Show yet? I did catch a little bit of one. I thought it was pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I did watch, I think, it was like a couple weeks ago, I think I watched something they had going on. And I thought it was funny. MJ Daniel says, I saw part of a movie called Against All Enemies yesterday. Oh yeah, so somebody else brought that up. On Midas Touch about American white nationalism, the Oath Keepers and MAGA. If you think for 1 second they give a fuck about the U.S., watch. Yeah, their definition of the U.S. is very different from mine, right? I mean, I didn't see it. I haven't seen it yet, but they definitely have, I think, the old Southern slaver mentality. And I haven't even seen it yet, so I need to watch it, apparently. Francis says there are new episodes of Alien. Yeah, I guess that was the thing, too. There weren't a lot of new episodes, but I did watch them a couple weeks ago, and I think they were on, I don't know if it was live or what, but I remember watching it. Hey, Lucky Star 8888 is here. Good to see Lucky Star. Hey, y'all. Every day my hope and my faith to save our constitutional freedoms and democracy is inspired. I thank God, I thank my God for giving us hope for our future. Congratulations, Tim Walls. I think it's a great ticket. I think they're going to do great. Like I said, we're getting into the home stretch here, folks. This is the home stretch. And especially when September comes, that will be even more of a home stretch. And that's when the rest of America starts watching. Not just us wonks who we eat and breathe and drink this shit every day. But starting as we get closer and closer, that's, when we get into September and stuff in October, that's really when the rest of America starts really paying attention. So we'll see how it goes then. Paul Sharkymania says, Trump can't drive, never has driven, will never be able to drive. He really is a fool. Saw how nearly having palpitations about it. It's hilarious. Yeah. Michael McAndrews, I would not let Dopey drive. Yeah, he would be a real hazard on the road there. MJ Daniel says, MAGA supports domestic terrorism. That is the MAGA base. And do you really think one of these psychopaths is not capable of another Oklahoma City bombing? Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's scary to think that there might be some that do some shit, but it's not going to destroy us as a country. Whatever they do, it's going to be quashed, squelched, and put down fairly quickly. But that doesn't mean there might not be some people that are going to get hurt. Innocent people. And that's the sad part and the scary part. Lucky Star 8888 says, I watched Against All Enemies twice a few months ago when it first came out. I had to rewatch it so I didn't miss anything. I'm definitely gonna have to watch it. I guess I don't do a lot of Midas Touch stuff. I know they're great. Everyone loves them, and they've got millions of viewers and everything. There's just something about them that kind of off-putting about it, and they come up in my feed all the time. And to be honest, I actually kind of skip over them. I find them to be kind of boring. I think, I don't know. I guess I'm just used to Hal, who's always entertaining and informative, right? So anyhow, Hal kind of spoiled me. So when I start watching Midas Touch, I kind of snooze off. It's like a little snooze fest. Michael Meander says, great channel, would like to share a beer and bud with all of you, even them trolls. Hey Michael, good to see you, by the way. Thanks for being here. And yeah, that would be great. Hang out. Even if we do a virtual beer and a bud. Let's see. I'm just going to skip down a little bit here because I am quite a bit behind. Kimchi says it's only 1:08, so I'm 10 minutes behind. Okay, I feel the need for weed. Paul Shargymania says you have to see Hal's video of Trump getting his gifts. Hilarious. I was watching yesterday. Michael McAndrews says, I think she'll win popular vote by 15 million plus, but then there's the Electoral College. Well, I think she's going to win the Electoral College too. But yeah, I mean, I've always wondered that too. Joe Biden beat Trump by 8 million votes in 2020. I don't know, has Trump gained popularity since then? So I can't see him closing that gap, but I don't know. It's funny, Lucky Star 8888 says at Jokey instead of Jolie, and I do that all the time when I type, and I always have to go back and retype it. So that happens to me all the time too. But anyhow, it says, hello, happy days are here again. The skies are blue again. Fancy says, I would probably need a helmet. Yeah, just get you a nice bike helmet. You don't need the big full motorcycle helmet, I don't think. Kimchi Puff Puff Pass. Nick Rich Puff Puff Pass. We got the dope smokers doing their dope smoking. Michael McAndrews is going to smoke the rest of it. All right, you dopers. I'm just kidding. I know probably 80% or 90% of you guys in here are weed smokers, are partakers. Pamela says, fuck the electoral college of idiots. But the thing is we have to, it's still there, and it's still in the Constitution, and that we still go by that. So we still have to care about the electoral college, because that is what decides who becomes president. So until it gets taken out of the Constitution and changed, amended, we still gotta care about it, actually. Nick Rich says, liquid imagination today, 29% THC. Michael Meandros reminds us to check your registration. In Texas and Georgia, it has been confirmed that maggots have established a website for the state that allows voter registration challenges, which can suspend or end your vote. That sounds like some fucked up shit. So number one, go to vote.org, check your registration all the time. And hey, if they're gonna start challenging registration, who does the challenging? Is it the state? I was gonna say, then can an individual challenge it? Just start challenging all of the Republicans or something. But I guess it has to be from the state office there, I guess, that does that challenging. Jolie's dropped that in the chat there, the link to vote.org. Check your voter registration. Michael Meandros, Musk is the Trump of South Africa. But Tesla is more than Musk, and it'll be awesome when Tesla has nothing to do with Musk. Musk is the Trump. I mean, I don't think he lives in South Africa. I think he's lived in America, I think, for decades. But I think maybe he still lives. Maybe he still has a house there too. I don't know. Probably does. Probably maybe his family still lives there, his folks and stuff. But yeah, I get the point. I get your point. But yeah, we need to definitely. It would be nice. I don't know how they would do it, to somehow remove Musk from Tesla. That would be the best thing for Tesla and for the world, I think, at this point. MJ Daniel says, pay very close attention to your local and state elections, as I live in Washington, but there are no safe democratic states as far as I am concerned. Yeah, always be vigilant. Hey, Mad Mac is here, Slava Ukraini. Good to see Mad Mac in the driver's lounge here. Thanks for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Let's share the show. Let's get it going out. Keep it going. Keep it growing. That's what she said. Kim, she said, who said balls to the walls? Love it. I did. Actually, I heard that from Stephanie Miller this morning. Said something about balls on the walls. Nick Rich is having buffering problems. I don't think anybody else is. I think it's just Nick. Pamela says it was on YouTube. Oh, the Against All Enemy thing or whatever. Yeah, I guess that's a Midas Touch production. So I'll need to check that out. I gotta check it out. Michael McAndrews, the Electoral College should be following the popular vote. You can tell the election is stealing when it doesn't. Well, I think it does. Well, no, I guess it doesn't follow the popular voting. But see, that's the thing is about the Electoral College, is it gives power to the smaller states. It gives power to the majority, which is very anti-democratic, right? Democracy and the democratic values or whatever is supposed to be about majority rule. Hey, Clifford Miller's here. Good to see Clifford. It says the Dow is up today. MAGA is not saying a word. Yeah, I know. They were just waiting and waiting and waiting for some little downturn so they could go, they start this doom, was it doom, whatever, and doom spreading or whatever, and it's like, oh, see, we told you that it's gonna crash. It's gonna be 1929 all over again. Oh, the world is coming to an end. And I was just sitting back going, just wait till the next day or next few days. You stupid motherfuckers. It's not gonna crash. Jolie says that Trucker John, that'd been me, has channel memberships and super chats. You can also support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing. And you can buy me a coffee over there at buymeacoffee.com. The link is right there. Michael McAndrews says, Kimchi, I would be high on acid and know a lot and know not to do what Trumpy Stump did. Now you're making me want to drop some acid, man. Paul Sharky Banner says, wish I had some California grass. I'm 62, but a little puff now and then again won't hurt me. Hear, hear. Let's see. Michael McAndrews says, you have to know your own strengths, Paul. Paul Sharky Banner says, I think we're going to need a bigger trailer truck park. Mad Max says, from the windows to the walls till the sweat drops down my balls. Wow, Mad Mac. I definitely got to pre-read these. Yeah, Kimchi says, Paul, I'm 58. These youthful good looks are due to good dope and ivory soap. And that kind of rhymed, actually. Mad Mac, I learned that song from Sandra Bullock, by the way, laughing out loud. Good old Sandy. Sandy Bullock, as I like to call her. Gus, hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Hello, Gus, good to see you. Happy Tuesday back at you. Are you going to get some tacos today? Because I know we're all just waiting to the end of the show, and we're all going to go get some tacos. Taco Tuesday. Anyhow, thanks, Gus, for being here. Good to see you. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. It's about the good stuff. So anyhow, I haven't had a chance to do a lot of reading, but the one article I did read, which I thought was pretty cool, was about Jenna Ellis flipping. Now, I don't have any clips or anything to put up on that, but she's flipping, which is a great thing. And this is about in Arizona. This is the Arizona case about the electors, right? They were falsifying the electors, the way that the state was going to vote and all that. You know, it was that big thing about Jan 6, right? And there are, I think, 17 people under indictment in Arizona alone. And there's other states that are doing the same thing. There's like a handful of other states that are doing the same thing. But including Rudy Giuliani is being indicted. Mark Meadows, which was Trump's chief of staff, is under indictment. And Jenna Ellis is flipping. And this is a great thing. And the reason this is a great thing is because there is a story going on around that there are, I think, did they say 70? I don't know, but there's there's these for this election coming up in 2024, that there are people that have been put in place to try to do the same thing again, to not count the count of the state, and to try to put in these false or fake electors and stuff. And so the reason this case is so important is to show and to deter anyone from doing this in 2024. So we need to come down hard, and even if these cases won't even go to court until after the election, but it needs to be shown that the DOJ is not going to fuck around, or the in this case the states, the state AGs and stuff. They're not going to fuck around, and they're going to take these people to court, and they're going to be looking at serious jail time, prison time. So that's why this story, this Jenna Ellis story, to me, is why it's so important, is to dissuade any shenanigans from happening with the count by these officials that have been put into place here. They need to know how serious this is and what they're looking at, because they're going to get caught, because we already know about them. They've already been exposed. They're already under immense scrutiny. And so if they do anything illegal and they falsify documents, they're going to go and face charges. And that's why these other people, they need to be put away. Serious prison time. So that was the one article I actually was able to get read between now and the last show. The fake electors suck. Yeah, that's from Michael. And Pamela says, make them pay. They're going to go to prison. They're all going to go to prison. Even Mark Meadows, even Rudy Giuliani, completely destroyed. Rudy Giuliani, no matter what you think of him, before Donald Trump, before 2016, Rudy Giuliani could have just lived out his life, and could have retired and, eventually, die like we all do. And he could have had his reputation maintained. And a lot of us, we didn't like him. We saw, basically like what a jerk he was or whatever. But for the most part, he would have been, former New York mayor and former New York, AG and all that stuff. It wouldn't have been any big deal. But now he's going to die broke and in prison, all because of Trump. And that does seem to be kind of a common theme with people who hang out with Trump. They either end up in prison or broke or dead. Talk about the, trail of dead people around Trump. I mean, it's probably pretty big. Let's see. Michael Meander says Dumpy and Stone and Giuliani and Lindsay and others should be arrested. Definitely, MTG should be part of that too. Maybe not the Arizona thing, but definitely the Jan 6 in Washington thing. Kimchi says Walz won the white guy Veep sweeps. I think the white-haired Bernie look and the old dude progressive was genius balance to her youth, even though she is more qualified than he. And even though they're like the same age. But he does look a lot older because he's balding and he's white, got white hair. She still looks, very youthful, even though she's like 59. She's going to be in her 60s. She's going to do her, if she wins, next 2 terms, if she has 2 terms, she's going to be in her late 60s by the time she gets out of it. But still, and so will Walz. But still, I think, like I've said before, and way before this is going on, I've said this weeks ago, months ago, that I think the prime age for being president is in your 50s and 60s. I think 40s is probably too young. For most part, I think JFK, I guess, was in his 40s. I think, right? He was he the youngest ever? And that was probably there's always the exception to the rule. And he would have been a great president. if he hadn't been assassinated. He would have been a great 2-term president. But I think the prime age, the greatest time to be age for a president is in your 50s or in your 60s. Once you start getting in your 70s, 70s is fine. You could be in your 70s, but that's just not the prime age for it. Because then you might start in your early 70s, and by the time you get out, you're in your late 70s. And as we've seen, I think both with Biden and with Trump, we've seen a definite slippage in both of those guys. So they're in the prime. Harris and Walz are both in really the prime time of their lives to be president and vice president, to be in the White House. Michael McAndrews says everything Dumpy touches turns to shit. He's got a whole list of failures, of bankruptcies and products that just didn't do anything. James Williams says the moment the election is over, I believe we are going to see those 100 elected co-conspirators that signed onto Trump's coup attempt are going to be brought up on charges for their treason. Paul Sharkey says, I see that once Trump is defeated, the whole shit show will be exposed, just like Boris Johnson over here. Johnson is a laughingstock now, a liar and a fraud. As is Trump, at least with me. Trump is a liar and a fraud, and he's very laughable. Excuse me while I feed my face. Excuse me while I feed my face. Anyhow, Michael McAndrews says, I agree, John, 50s to 60s is a good time for president age. Michael says, some of us don't grow up until our 50s. Kimchi says, my husband had white hair. Everyone said, this is your husband? Yeah, jackass husband. Michael Majanos, take me for example. Paul Sharkey, he should have been jailed. I guess talking about Boris. And so should Trumpy. He should definitely be in prison. And I think he's going to get sentenced to it. Whether he actually goes into a prison, I don't know. Just because he's a former president and they might handle it differently. But he's definitely going to get convicted of prison time, and then that they might put him on house arrest or something with an ankle bracelet. They definitely should make him wear an ankle bracelet. Even though they'll say, let's say he gets convicted, and he gets convicted of home arrest, house arrest, or whatever. And I'm sure his lawyers will say, he's a former president of the United States. He's not going to go anywhere. He's going to have Secret Service around him or whatever. They'll be watching him all the time. But I think they got to do something to make this as uncomfortable as possible. And if they're not going to put him in prison, then they should at least make him wear the goddamn ankle bracelet. Make him get a fucking rash around his goddamn ankle from wearing that fucking thing. He deserves at least that. That much. I think it's weird how all of a sudden the screen kind of dims for no reason. Anyhow, whatever. It says, Mad Mac, you have to grow old, but no one has to grow up. At Michael McAndrews. Kimchi says, Michael, women know men don't grow up as quickly. All right, so now we're getting into whatever. I'm going to skip it. Michael McAndrews says, right, Mad Mac, except I do want my president to be a grown-up. Me too. Me too, Michael. And that doesn't mean the president can't have a little fun or be a fun kind of person. I think Kamala seems like a really fun person. This Walz guy seems like a fun dude. You can have fun and be, but you got to be grown up. You have to be an adult when it comes to handling the government and these adult situations. And I think Donald Trump is like Arrested Development. I don't think he's an adult. I think he's still stuck at, 15 or something. Mad Max says, don't forget that he's a felon, rapist, pedo as well. Yeah, we've been talking about that the whole show, Mad Mac. I've been calling him that, and Kimchi's been calling him that this whole entire episode of the Trucker John channel. Trucker John live stream, I should say. But yeah, thanks for keeping that in the forefront there. Trump isn't just some funny, goofy dude. He's a fucking pedo rapist. Absolutely. Don't ever forget that. Fancy says, I hope Judge Merchan gives him some jail time. Me too. Me too. James Williams is here. Good to see James. James says, if the punishment does not fit the crime, it will happen again. Yeah, we need to lock them all up. Michael Andrews, I would vote for Dumpy Stump to spend the rest of his life behind bars for what he has done. I would vote for that too if that was put up to a vote. Mad Max says, I think they should make him pick up rubbish on the side of the road. Right, with the orange vest. Orange, he likes orange. Give him the orange safety vest. And have one of those little poker things, you poke the trash. But then he's so stupid, he probably would stab his own foot or something. Fancy says, I think he's going to try to escape. I know we've talked about that before, where he might have some escape plan. I don't know if he could pull it off, though. Michael McAndrews, the game. Guess which country Dumpy Stump will run to. Well, you can narrow it down, I guess, to places that don't have extradition agreements with the U.S. Mad Max says, I want to see those SCOTUS jerks locked up too. Me too. Or at least impeached. At the very least. Kimchi says, I say Trump will hide in a former satellite of Russia or Siberia if we are lucky. What about Belarus, maybe? Or, something like that? I don't know. Tim Nelson says, Don Old will try to flee the country during the election when his loss is inevitable. Yeah, that's another thing I talked about before. Is at some point, because he's running to try to stay out of prison. That's why he's running. So at some point, there's going to come to a point where he's going to see he has no chance of winning. And that's when he's going to run, if he's going to run. And by run, I mean leave. But right now, he still has hope that he can win. Michael McAndrews, they are a filthy group of weirdos. They try to kill their own vice president. One of their own tries to assassinate Trump. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. Mad Max says, I want him to try to escape. That way he will be known 100% as a traitor to all. Hey, Tim Farrell, our other Tim is here. Says, Trump will go to Dubai in exile. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's been sort of my number one guess would be Dubai. Paul Sharkey says, I hope Judge Merchan takes into account the chaos and unrest that he has inflicted upon the American people and other nations around the world. Oh, I'm sure she is. Or Chutkin. I'm thinking of Chutkin, huh? This is the she. Or Sean is the he. Gotta get my pronouns right. Roxanne Arfield said, I think Saudis will rescue him. James Williams, Trump will try to run like the coward he has always been. So everyone, there's a lot of consensus here about thinking he's going to run. Michael McAndrews, wherever he runs to, I hope they have diapers stocked up. That's a consideration. You'd be like, make sure they get the diapers. Got to have the diapers there. Kim, she says, will S.A. let him fraud and rape? Oh, who am I kidding? Money talks. Money talks. Bullshit walks. Walter McCary says, Trucker John, I've been thinking, do you think maybe Kamala is keeping Josh Shapiro in place as governor in Pennsylvania in case Trump tries to pull some election shit there? I hadn't thought about that, but that is something that could be. That could be. Although, I mean, he would still be governor until next January. But he would if he was VP pick, he would be busy campaigning. But I still think that he would still be able to do the same job that he would do regardless as the governor in keeping a tight lid on the election goings-ons for this November. So I don't know if that really was a factor. James Williams says over 1 million dead Americans, and you think a bracelet is justice? That's just as disturbing, or that's as disturbing as him believing he could get away with it. Wait, so what bracelet are you talking about? Over 1 million dead Americans, and you think a bracelet is justice? Oh, you mean the ankle bracelet? I did not say that was justice. I said, James, I hope that they convict him to go to prison, and I would like him to go to prison. But I also said that due to him being a former president, that they, and I'm talking about the justice system, the penal system, or whatever, the prison system, they might say, okay, we can't house a president, a former president. It's too much of a security risk or whatever. I don't know. A lot of people have been saying that he might not ever go to prison, actually. So I said, if he's convicted, which I hope he is, and he gets sentenced to jail time or prison time, there's a good chance he might not ever go into an actual prison cell because of him being the former president. I didn't say I liked that. I didn't say that was justice. I didn't say that was a good thing. I'm just saying what I think will happen. Okay, and if you can't handle the truth, I'm sorry. And so I'm saying they would probably sentence him or send him, however they word it, to home arrest or house arrest. And a lot of times, with normal folks who get that, they get an ankle bracelet. And I was proposing, or whatever the term is, that again, since he's a former president of the United States, his lawyers would probably say he doesn't need an ankle bracelet. I have to go slowly because you don't understand me. He might need an ankle. He doesn't need an ankle bracelet because he has everyone's watching him and he's not going to go anywhere. That would be their argument. So I said, fuck that. Make sure he has to wear the fucking ankle bracelet because it would just be another little hassle for him to have to deal with. I did not say that he didn't deserve to go to prison or shouldn't be in a prison cell. I never said that. Not 1 second did I say that. So don't twist it. Don't twist my words. Don't misunderstand me. I hate that when people do that shit. Anyhow. And then Fancy just says send him to Guantanamo. Fucking send him to The Hague. I don't give a fuck. All I was saying is that that he might not ever see the inside of a prison cell simply due to the fact that he's a former president of the United States. I'm not saying I like it. I'm not saying I'm in favor of that. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be in prison. I'm saying he should be in prison. He deserves to spend whatever time he has left on this planet inside a prison cell. Okay? I'm just saying that he might not ever, only because he was a former president. Jesus Christ, people. Don't live in your little fantasies. Your little fantasies of, don't let your fantasies cloud over your fucking judgment. Anyhow. Fancy says, we can dream, John. Yeah, I know, you can dream. I know, I absolutely. But just don't twist my words around. I'm not saying you did, Fancy, but just don't twist my words to say, like, I'm just acting like an ankle bracelet is enough of a punishment for all the fucking shit that Trump has done. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the guy should be rotting in a prison cell. But people don't listen to... What I've learned is people don't listen to everything that people say. They only listen to certain things that they want to hear, I guess. Mad Mac, I would like to send him to hell. That's provided there actually is a hell. But yeah, if there is one, Donald Trump should be at some point down there or up there, wherever it is, burning in it. Tim Nelson says, I believe Trump's maggots already have an escape plan in place for their dear leader. Kimchi says, home confinement in his New Jersey mansion in the sticks would be better than holding court in Florida, but it will never happen. Klato Barato Nico says, tell him TJ. Jennifer says, I feel Trump will get a pardon for his crimes in office if the Republicans in Congress and Senate agree to abandon blanket presidential immunity and Supreme Court reform, still faces all other charges. A pardon if the Republicans in Congress and Senate agree to abandon blanket presidential immunity and Supreme Court reform. I don't know, Tim. I don't know about that one. James Williams, lawyers enabled every crime Trump committed. I think it's time to quit listening to them. The Supreme Court has been captured and corrupted. Fancy says, I'd like to put him in a cage. Michael McAndrews, trust Republicans. Trust Republicans? I forgot to make it like a question. Trust Republicans? Never after what they already did. Yeah, I don't trust any Republicans ever. I've never liked Republicans. As a party, I have to sort of clarify that. As a party, and talking about Republican politicians, I've never liked them. I have to make a distinction here because I have a lot of family members that are Republicans that I love. Even though I might not talk to them, I still love them. Let's see. Fancy says, that's a good idea, Mad Mac. Laughing out loud. All the lovely sharks. Oh, did I miss something that Mad Mac said? Mad Mac says, oh, I'd like to send him to hell, but then what else? What does that have to do with sharks? I don't know. I must have skipped something. Michael McAndrews says they will have to keep a large amount of fumigation wherever he ends up. Yeah, he's stinky. Claudio Rodicco, I think the VP choice will be very effective in the swing states. Logical and good choice. I really don't think there was any bad choices of those top, 4 or 5. You could see the pros and cons and of them all, and maybe Tim Walz has the fewest cons and the most pros. I think he's good. I think he's a good choice. I like him. From what I've, like I said, I never even heard of the guy until a couple weeks ago. After he started copying me, by the way, I came out saying that Trump was weird, and the next thing I know, Tim Walz is all over the place calling Trump weird. Pretty sure Tim Walz, he might be watching right now. Hey, by the way, hi Tim Walz. Congratulations on your VP pick, being picked VP. Congratulations. Go Vikings. I have roots. I got family roots in Minnesota. My whole dad's side of my family was all from Minnesota. So, Tim, I know you're watching. If you want to steal or borrow anything from the show, that's fine. Just next time, maybe give me a little attribution, a little shout out to Trucker John. That's all I'm asking, Tim. That's all. I know he's watching, guys. I know he's watching. Anyhow, I joke. I jest. Let's see. Colorado Nico says that Trucker John, Kelly Shapiro, and Walz, all great choices. Yeah, I think so. And even Bashir's. Bashir's was kind of my favorite. Andy Bashir. Mad Max says, haha, you need to buy a lotto ticket to Sharky, haha. Oh, wait, what did Sharky say? Oh. Says, Paul Sharky Man says, Mad Mac, I lost one of my hearing aids down my allotment. Down my allotment? It must be some English thing. And incredibly, I found it after looking all day. The first song in my car and on the radio was Sheryl Crow's Lucky Kid. Yeah, Lucky Kid. So the Mad Max says you should play the lottery ticket. You guys have a lottery. You guys have the lottery over there in England? You have the lotto? Tim Nelson, can't go wrong with Tim. There you go, Tim. Tim likes Tim. Pamela Kimchi, smoke got in your eyes. Smoke gets in your eyes. I believe there was a song to that nature from like the 50s about smoke getting in your eyes. Tim Farrell, too many sketchy Tims in here already. Yep, both the Tims are in attendance. Good to see both of you. Thanks for being here, by the way. Fancy says, uh-oh, sketchy Tims. But I don't know if is Nick still here? I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering if Nick, if you're still here, I just wanted to say hi. I think you might not be here, but anyhow, I just want to say hi to everybody, not just to 56 Nick Rich, but to everybody. Hope you guys are all feeling good. I know I'm feeling good, so I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good. I know a lot of you have been, puff passing, so you're probably feeling pretty good, and I hope we're all feeling good about that Tim Walz pick. I think he's going to be a great choice. A great addition to the Harris ticket. So I'm happy about it. I hope you guys are happy about it. I think it's all going to work out. And regardless of what maybe, the Chad Bosticks of the world think, I think it's going to be an ass whooping. Oh boy, is it going to be an ass whooping. And we're going to get Kamala Harris, Tim Walz in there in the White House. It's going to be a great thing. Great times. So just everyone, make sure you vote blue all up and down that ticket. Check your registration, vote.org, all that good stuff. And once again, I just want to say hi to everybody. Make sure everyone's doing okay on this great, wonderful day. On this great, and the world didn't come to an end. America didn't crash when the stock market fell 600 points or whatever. We're still here, and we're rebounding, and we're doing good. Everything's going to be fine. Don't worry. Okay? Your 401ks are going to be good. They're still way better than they were in 2020. Tell you that much for sure. By golly. So, all right, guys. Just wanted to say a quick hi. I'll see you next time. Hey, yeah. Whatever. All right, enough of this mamby-pamby bullshit. Hey, make sure you guys vote. Just vote. Vote blue. Make sure you get in there. Let's vote for Kamala Harris. Make sure that she beats Trump. Just kicks his fucking stinky diapered ass all over the place. Whether he goes, hey man, don't matter if he goes to prison, goes on house arrest, whatever. This guy just needs to go down. He needs to go down hard. This Trump asshole. Oh God, he's an asshole. Isn't he an asshole? And sometimes doesn't it feel good to just sit here and go, Trump, you're an asshole. That feels good. If you're ever feeling down and if you don't have any pot to smoke, it's not nearby, you want to kind of lift your spirits, just kind of yell out, Trump is an asshole. It's actually it makes you feel better. It does. I think that's been scientifically proven. If you're ever down in the dumps, just kind of yell it out, man. Trump is an asshole, and you feel better. I feel better already. I don't feel quite as tough. You know what I mean? So yeah, just remember that. That's kind of the word of the day. I know that's 3 words, but whatever. Trump is an asshole. Okay. .org, .com, hashtag that shit. Trump is an asshole. And you're going down, bitch. Yeah, how you like that? How you like them apples? Or whatever they are. All right, guys. Hey, good talking to you. I'll see you guys on the next one. I got to go and clear out some leaves. No, we don't have leaves here in Las Vegas. Well, I got to go clear out some cactus or something. I don't know. All right, guys. Talk to you later. He was getting blinky. I don't know if you guys noticed that. He was getting pretty blinky. Man, here's Johnny. James Williams, do not forget what happened to Hillary. They're already trying the same old things, right? That they did to Hillary. But you know what? We're not going to fall for the banana and the tailpipe trick anymore. We're not. We're just not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're not going to fall for it. Can't fall for it. Wouldn't be prudent. And I know. Whatever. Michael McAndrews, got to go to dentist. Love you all. Stay strong and have a nice day. Hey, man. Be careful down there at that dentist office. Have a good dentist appointment. And we'll see you, Michael, on the next one, which will be Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Unless I do some impromptus. You know what? I can't really. I got stuff I got to do. I was going to say I could do a House Sparks pre-show warm-up today since he's coming on at 4. I could do it 3 o'clock. But actually, I'm pretty busy today. I got some stuff I got to take care of. So I can't. Otherwise, I would. Jill Moraine says, thanks, Trucker John and Chad. Have a wonderful day. Well, you too. You two have a wonderful day. We're coming up on 2 hours. So, yeah, we're going to be ending the show here pretty quick. Paul Sharky Manny says, yes, it's the Euro Lotto tonight. It's $250 a ticket, and it's only about 600 billion to 1. An allotment is a place where you can grow your own fruit and vegetables. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know what you were talking about. Thanks for clearing that one up. An allotment. Learn something new every day. William says, I'll see everyone next time. Thanks, William, for being here, by the way. We'll see you on the next one. Mad Mac, hashtag Trump smells. That's a good one. Jolie says, Trump is a weird asshole. Hashtag that. Kimchi, my thoughts exactly, Jolie. Fancy weird. Pamela says, William, you leaving? See ya. Hey, William. Yeah, we'll see all you guys on the next one, hopefully. Hopefully you guys will be back. Jeff Curry's here, says, got mushroom extract at Natural Market. They said, help relax. I'm thinking that was code for stoned. It does something. Paul Sharkey Mannion says, keep calm and carry on. Bye-bye and have a nice day. Back at you. Tim Frill says, you have the best words at Jolie. Did your uncle go to MIT? Yeah, that's funny too. Another Trumpism. Trump thinks he's smart because his uncle went to MIT. Anyhow, guys. Okay, so I want to thank all of you guys for being here so much. Thanks for all the likes, the subscribes, the shares. Thanks for getting us over 2,000 subscriptions. Let's keep the show going and growing. Just keep liking and subscribing and sharing. Share. Share the show out. Let's get it out there in the algorithm. And let's get it out there. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. And I'll see you guys Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time for a Thursday talk with Trucker John. And then we'll also be doing a House Parks pre-show, which I think he's going back to the 4 o'clock time. I think this is the Thursday. Because I think last week he said that, because I think his son is going back to school, going back home to his mom's place. I think, like right now maybe. I don't know. So I think Thursday's going to be back to the 4 p.m. time for House. So I'll come on at 3 on Thursdays. And also, like I'll do the morning show 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I'll see you guys then. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the likes, subscribing, the sharing. Thanks for the gifting memberships. We got that. Let me go back here real quick. We got Nick Rich did one. Fancy did one. Oh, Jim Adelberg did a $2 super chat. So thanks for that. That's really awesome. And also, once again, thanks for just being here and hanging out in the chat. Hanging out. It's a great couple hours I spend with you guys every now and then, every then and again. Once again, congratulations to Tim Walls. I know you're watching. I'm probably going to see you talking a lot about ankle bracelets. I bet you. And if he does them, then we know Tim Walls is watching the Trucker John live stream. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much. In the meantime, make sure you do some stretching. Stretch out those hamstrings, because you did not want to pull one of those. All right, guys. See you next time.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hostile of Easter, baby, the show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid, but doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again. right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. Know it's time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully. Nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about gold chimes, but if we did, I'd be on to glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant. But I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should've stopped a truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John.